So I am beyond excited to be welcoming our friend and rock star celebrity jewelry designer Christina Caruso to Moms, Moguls, and Mayhem podcast today. I mean, you are amazing. Let's just start by saying that you are amazing.
You
So
ladies are too
inspirational.
nice. First off, thanks for having me. I love and adore you both. And I think this is a wonderful podcast. So can't wait to share my story, whatever tips and tricks I have for the moms and moguls out there. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Great, Christina. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's really an honor. You've accomplished so much, so we're excited to dive right into it. And I think Laura has the first question.
I mean, to witness your evolution, it's been epic. Just, seeing what you've built and, just how you make women feel through your beautiful, elegant, timeless pieces, your bold, beautiful, really magnificent pieces that you create. It's astounding. I mean, hello, J-Lo.
I know.
Rachel Zoe,
Nikki Hilton.
Nikki Hilton. I mean,
Everybody.
just to name a few, just to name.
Listen, it's been a long journey. You and I met when I was on the third part of my career after kid. But I originally started even as a kid, very entrepreneurial, always wanting to make things, jewelry, selling seashells and bracelets on the seashore in the late 80s. And I think I just always had that spirit to be entrepreneurial. And, I excelled in arts and I went to Parsons knowing that I wanted to be the next Donna Karen. And the next thing I know, I'm designing accessories, meeting Patricia Fields at a party in New York City. And she's styling this new show called Sex and the City. And the next thing I know, I'm at her studio showing her the things I designed at school. And she's choosing things for the star, Sarah Jessica Parker, to wear on the show. And at that moment, I knew I had to be in business. And
did you pinch yourself? Did you have to pinch yourself? I mean, you're talking like Sarah Jessica Parker
And you
from
were
Sex and the City,
right?
I was a senior in college, just graduating. It was definitely a pinch me moment. I was in her studio. She was like, "You want a cup of coffee?" I was like, "I don't drink coffee." She was like, "And a cigarette?" I'm like, "Sure." I'm still coffee at Patricia Fields' studio on 8th Street. This is like in 2000. And I'm showing her the things I designed in school. And she's like, "Oh, this is going to be great for Sarah Jessica Parker." And, that was a moment where my head was exploding. And I said, "Oh, shit, I really have to do something with this," knowing that it's going to be on this hit show. At the time, there was no social media. This is like barely you could even buy things online. It was very new. So I knew that I needed to take the collection that, she was pulling for the show and kind of put it out there. So I went to Henry Bendel's open call and I walked in with a tray of jewelry and I said, "This is going to be on a new show called Sex and the City." And they were like, "Great, we'll take it." And that's really, I kind of figured it out as I went, right? Like, this, there's no
incredible. And that's incredible. Real quick, actually, it made me think back to my Bella days. I feel everyone really thinks, that first big break, like that's all you need, but they don't really understand all the work in between that first break until now. It's
That's right.
Years and years of
hustle,
getting it out there.
Unrelenting perseverance.
Perseverance.
And even with that first break, it's not like, "Okay, great, my stuff's going to be on Sex and the City." I was like, well, if it's going to be on a hit show, you have to have a business behind it. So I had to really think fast. I put a collection together. I went to Bendel's. And then I just kind of grew from there very organically. Again, there was no social, no Instagram, no ways of really promoting yourself unless you were out there pounding the pavement. It was a very different time. I would literally get on the phone. I was also like freelancing in PR, so I would get on the phone with editors and pitch myself, even though I was supposed to be pitching the other brands I was working for. I was a hustler. I mean, I still am, but I think back then you're so green. You don't have kids yet. You're not married. I was right out of school, and I really just was out there pounding the pavement.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's amazing.
I love that.
It really is.
Well, that sort of segues into my question as far as what inspired you to create this amazing line? What was your aha moment, if there was an aha moment?
So I created that line in early 2000. It was very like fun and whimsical and had a scale very similar to the pieces you see now on my Instagram and online. But I've always loved vintage. I've always loved bold jewelry. My mom always like would pick us up from school, in like big hoops and like a hat on. And she was always like decked out. She
Aw,
I love
super
that.
elegant. I
Yeah.
love it.
her jewelry. It's funny, like growing up in Staten Island as we did, like you would get jewelry for your birthday. I was like, I hated jewelry. It was so funny. I was like, my name in diamonds. I was so, but I ended up appreciating it because it's like, I love how you can dress up a look with accessories and it's just so easy as just like slipping on a bangle bracelet, right? Or wearing a pair of hoops, right?
It's
And I just
transformative.
That's right.
love how that can help elevate an outfit. So I've always tend to skew towards larger, bolder statement pieces. And I think that's what I've known for. Even when I worked for other brands, you can tell what I designed versus what the other designers did. There was a sense of sexiness, glamour, there was a scale to it. And you'll see that now in my current collection, which, as when we rebranded during COVID, which is in 2021, I wanted to check all the boxes. I wanted to work with female founders. I wanted to manufacture in New York City. I wanted to create timeless pieces that were affordable and that you can travel with. These are fashion jewelry
Love that.
pieces. They're made from brass. They're plated heavily in 14 karat gold. And they're pieces that you can take to Italy or on a cruise. And if you lost it, it wasn't the end of the world. But also it has that luxury element. It's really made well. And I wear my pieces every day. I play tennis in them. So, they're pieces you could really live in and really pass on.
And just so you know, I have your pink pavés on, which, I mean, I'll rock these with anything. If I, have my yoga outfit on, if
She
I'm
does.
going out to dinner with my husband, I mean, they are on all the time. I just feel so beautiful in them. I feel like,
She
it's
loves
like
them.
yeah,
And I'm
they're
gonna be loving that big chunky necklace my husband's buying me for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
the
I
baby
love it.
dimples.
And I love that you chose those, with your journey and everything. The pink is really symbolic. And I didn't make a lot of those. So you might have like one of two pairs that's out there. So
Aw.
that's a very special piece.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Well, that's
Thank you.
awesome.
Yes, very, very special.
So you know
We
what?
might have to relaunch those and
Yes.
call them the Laurens.
Oh, I love it.
That'd be awesome,
love it.
right?
Yes.
Every October.
Yes.
You know what I want to ask you, since you are a mom, how do you balance being a mom and doing this whole jewelry brand?
It is a balance. I do have one kid. I don't know if that makes it easier or harder. I found that I am really good at time management. I wasn't always. I feel like I learned how to time manage in college, but then like once you have a kid, I really learned how important your time was. And I dedicate a certain amount of time in the morning to self-care, whether it's going to the gym, taking a walk, like I have to get that out of my system. And then I give myself a window of time where I am jamming, I am working, I am podcasting, I am putting things in a box and shipping them to Nordstrom. And then I leave the rest of the day for my son. Like I'm the one who gets him from the bus. I'm the one who takes him to golf. Like I'm very involved because I also take that very serious, like becoming a mom. I may have told you this story, but like I had my dream job prior to COVID, and I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, but I had a job where I was in New York City. I was the creative director for a brand, but then I was also getting on a train at night going to QVC, selling the products on the air at 2 a.m.
Wow.
Then I found out I was pregnant, which was another blessing because I didn't think I could ever get pregnant. So I'm pregnant, like naturally, like after we tried all the things that didn't work, I was like, all right, we're not gonna have a kid. And then I find out I'm pregnant and I'm there and I can't tell anyone because I was high risk. So I asked, like, what happens if I don't feel well? They're like,
Wow.
we'll give you a garbage can. You can leave it over here. And I was doing this on-air stuff, pregnant with my son, not knowing. And then again, it's just like you make room for all these things. I don't even remember the question. I segued into that story, but
Oh, I love it. The balance.
You
It's
know,
always-
yeah.
mothering.
But you know what? It sounds like you're balancing it perfectly. You know, it's like he's in school, that's your work day. And when he's not in school, you're full on mom. And I think that's an amazing balance.
Yeah. And also it's like I put him to sleep and sometimes I'm working to midnight. It really depends on the day. Before we jumped on the podcast, I was interviewing an intern. So like I love working with girls that are excited to learn. And, you know, especially in this town, there's a lot of you know, great girls that just came out of college and they're looking, you know, to really learn one-on-one. So, you know, that'll be some great help too. But also I never asked for help, even like in the thick of all the baby stuff. You know, I really focused on being a mom and I wanted to do all the things. But then once I got the itch to go back to work, that's when I was like, okay, I can hire a nanny for a few hours a day. This is when we lived in New York. She would get him from school. She would do things with him after school. And like, I would do some work stuff, you know, because every few years, as the kids get older, the schedules shift, things change,
Yes.
they get a little, some things get easier, some things get harder, but I really learned to ask for help, which I think is important too, especially someone like me who's like super type A.
Yes, but I think that
It
that's
takes a
so,
village.
yeah, and I think that that's so important. I love that you said that because as women, we try to tackle everything and do everything so perfectly. It's really about progress, not perfection. You
Right.
know, and it's
I like
hard.
that. I like that.
It's hard because, like, to your point, you know, you want to be the best mom. You want to be this, you know, successful jewelry designer and this, you know, we have all of these boxes that we want to check, but you know, it's really about progress and taking one day at a time. So I think that you're doing a fabulous job. I
Thank you.
really do.
Thank
Of
you. I love
course.
checking boxes. I actually like literally write thought like
Yes.
every day, and I like to check a box.
Yes.
But yeah, I've also learned, you know, as much as we all like to be perfectionists, that you do the best you can, you know, and I've also learned how important your time is and like to say no to the things that just don't serve you, you know, whether it's people,
Yes.
places, things, just,
That's right.
you know, really clean your schedule for you and your family and the things that like fuel you and get you excited and you're passionate about. I think that's really important too.
Oh my gosh. And
It's so true.
who you surround yourself with. I mean, I know myself, you know, as a founder also, it is imperative to surround myself with positive women who are supportive of, you know, us entrepreneurial female. Not that I have friends of, you know, all different kinds of
course.
friends, but I thrive, truly thrive when I'm around other women that are, you know, uplifting and help to elevate. That's really what it is. If you're toxic, I'm sorry, but you're gone. You are gone.
Well,
You
of
are
course.
gone now.
You've got to
gone.
find, you know, like-minded women,
Yeah.
founders,
Positive.
just like business women who are
Yes.
just positive and want to pull you up with them.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of them. So thank
love
God.
it.
There's a lot
That's
of
how Lauren and I met. We were at some sort of venue.
How did we, I know, how
Where?
did we actually start talking? I was trying to remember and I have the mom brain fog or menopause fog or
It
whatever.
was a mom,
I have some kind
like,
of fog.
I don't know, Parents magazine might have put it on, but it was in Chelsea and
Okay.
we met then, but somehow
Yeah.
maybe we knew each other online because we were kind of like in the same mom circuit in the New York City mom circuit.
Yes.
You know, like we were connected maybe through social, but we met in person. And then I found out you were from Staten Island and you lived by my sister.
That was it.
You know, it was one big.
That Staten Island thing, that Staten Island connection. You can never get away from it, Chris.
I'm like, you Staten Islanders, okay? You Staten Islanders.
Can't get away from it. Oh, I
Oh my
love
God.
it.
All right, let's get a little more serious.
Yes.
I want to ask you real quick, what inspires you? Like, if you could say anything, is it, you know, is it a designer? Is it, you know, nature, whatever?
It's funny. I don't working for other brands, they made you look at designers and what was in the market and what was on trend. That's one thing I do not do with my own brand. As a designer, I want to create the trends. I want to create, you know, I always kind of just naturally have my finger on the pulse. It could just be like seeing someone on the street or seeing a shape or a doorknob, like literally get inspired by anything. What I do love to do, and so does my family, we love to go antiquing and vintage shopping. And I mean, I could find like a gorgeous lampshade that's like Art Deco, and I'd be like, oh, that'd be a really cool earring or bracelet, you know, like
I love the
Deco
ginkgo.
cuff, for instance. But I really do find inspiration in everything, and I try not to be trendy, but I happen to always fit the trends because I'm just on this path of like what feels right in my bones and like what I want to wear and how I want to wear it. And I love that that gets translated to, you know, like a feature in Cosmo magazine or like Mary Claire. I think we just had one the other day. I just posted it with Padma Luck. I'm gonna.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
yes.
That's
Padma
great.
Lakshmi wearing our pieces, our gold earrings. You know, again, I just always loved the scale. I always loved glamorous women. I loved that, you know, you would put a piece on and it would be a conversation piece. Oh, where'd you get that? You know, our pieces do so well on the red carpet because they have that statement, because they have that appeal, because you can actually see them. And obviously you see and look at the woman who's wearing it. So, you know, I really designed for that type of woman. That's who inspires me, or women who are powerful, women who are confident. And you may not even feel confident that day, but when you put your red lipstick on and those hoops,
That's right.
you're ready to take on the world.
Transform.
You do transform.
I am obsessed with the tassel necklace that Rachel Zoe
Yes.
rocks.
I
That
don't
necklace
see
is
this, but-
so dope. I'm just
This is
gonna
one of the
say it is
original
so
prototypes.
amazing.
Oh, you can wear it like a bunch of ways, right?
It's
Yeah, you could wear
gorgeous.
it. So that was another oh my god moment. There's a photo of me and Rachel Zoe. She happened to come to a pop-up of ours because we were at the Colony Hotel in Palm Beach. She happened to be staying there and she popped in
Oh my
and
gosh.
she whips out her phone and starts storying about the collection. That was a moment I was frozen in time and I was like, oh my god, you can't pay for this type of exposure. I mean, she's
right.
authentic, she's real, she's amazing. I gifted her some pieces after that, and she wears them all the time.
She has two little boys too. It's two
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
little
she's a
boys.
wonderful mom. I can't wait to watch her on.
Oh, I know. I wish her luck on Real Housewives of
can't
Beverly
wait.
Hills. She's gonna kill it.
She's gonna
do
kill
so
it,
great.
and she'll be rocking that jewelry.
She'll be rocking that.
That's right.
That tassel, that Christina Caruso.
That's right.
She'll be
That's right.
whipping those.
Only wears to wear it and style it, but
Oh, it's so
I've
cute.
got this mic here, so I don't know.
That's actually, that's gonna be a Christmas. That's gonna be on the Christmas list.
Yeah.
So if you're watching, that's we're
And
adding
all
that.
of our pieces are handmade in New York City, and they're made with intent, they're made with care, they're all sustainably made, which gold has always been recycled since the dawn of time. So my vendor laughs at that when, you know, people speak about sustainability, but it is sustainable. I personally handwrite every thank you note that if you buy something directly from me, and it goes in this gorgeous box. All the pieces are in, you know, our canvas bag that goes in this beautiful box and with a nice note. And
That is one of the
Well,
nicest
no.
things I've heard.
It's a
Like,
nice little.
I mean,
touch.
honestly, the fact that the founder would be handwriting thank you notes. Oh my gosh, I love that.
I love that.
I love that.
You don't hear that. It's
You know,
it's such a personal
I've
touch.
gotten a handwritten thank you note
No.
from anything I've purchased. So
And
that's
you've
so
purchased a
nice.
lot,
And I've
being in
purchased
the
a lot, yeah.
beauty fashion industry. I
No,
mean,
that's special. It's special.
very
And
special.
it speaks to who you are. And you also saying, you know, it's, you know, sustainable and there's intent there. Like that makes it special. It's not just on some, you know, manufacturer's line in China. It's like intentional. Every piece means something. It's special. I love that.
And you connect to your customer. You truly care.
yeah, I'm the one behind the scenes. Like I help, some customers are like, oh, is this heavy? Is this light? How can I am the one behind every DM. This is how you wear it. I would, I give people advice to like, which direction they want to go if they're looking for a gift. So I'm very much involved.
So you know what? I mean, anyone watching, just know that if you want actual advice from Christina, the designer herself, you just have to buy a piece and DM her. She'll write you right back
Way
and
back.
style it for you.
If you could just, if there was one thing that you could tell women as far as, empowering them, advice, like one thing, what would it be?
I think it's to really stay focused on your dreams. And I know that like being a mom, you can get sidetracked or, sometimes you have imposter syndrome, like, oh, I haven't worked in so many years, or like, I'm not able to just do it. Just do it. Start. And
That's
start
right.
networking. There's so many great groups. I mean, that's how we met. There's just I mean, Instagram alone is a way to connect with people and
Right.
again, keep yourself surrounded by positive influence and stay focused and passionate on your dreams because you can be a mom and be a businesswoman too.
That's right.
love
And a mogul. And a
And
mogul.
Mogul.
And a mogul
And
at
you're an
that.
inspiration
That's
to
right.
your son, because he sees the, the behind the scenes, how mom is, persevering and tenacious. So I think
That's
that's
right.
such a beautiful thing too.
Thank
That's
you.
right. So the last thing, because I know we're running out of time, real quick, how can people purchase your beautiful jewelry?
Thank you. Well, they can find us online at ChristinaCaruso.com,
Okay.
on Instagram at Christina Caruso Style, so you can see all the latest updates, who's wearing what. And I am like an avid storyteller, so I'm always posting stories. I'm always sharing what's dropping. So that's a great way to stay connected.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Fantastic.
This was so
So
great.
amazing.
You're so inspirational.
We love
Aw,
you,
yeah,
Chris.
we really
love
do.
you, and just, keep doing it. Keep killing it.
That's
I can't
right.
wait to see the next, next week's celebrities that are wearing Christina Caruso. I love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's just, it's like,
thank you.
Your
And
biggest
thank you
fan
for
is
the
right
I just
here.
support.
can't even believe it. I'm just like, oh my God, Staten Island girls, now
Doing
New
our thing.
but it's
Now
fun
New
to see.
Jersey, now
And
New
you
Jersey,
inspire
okay.
me and empower me because the journey is not an easy one. So thank you for
Stay at it. And you're
Yep.
doing a fabulous job, the two of you. I think this is a wonderful podcast. So happy to be here. So thanks for having me as a guest and love to stay connected.
yes.
Us too. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you,
Have a great
Chris.
day.
Ah,
Thank you.
see you
Bye,
soon.
ladies.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
great day.
How do I look better?
Yeah, I feel like I look better too.
It just erases the wrinkles. It's amazing. It's like a little Botox.
I know. I know.
Does that look bad, this thing? No?
Not at
It's
all.
supposed to look like that, I
Mhm.
guess. Okay. Um.
You know what? Start talking
Is
and
it?
maybe it'll go back to you.
It's all about persevering and showing how women can persevere and make their dreams become a reality. That's a little
I'm sorry.